Game. York and Montini, the 23rd ranked team in the state, and we have people waiting. They are ready for this game. We welcome everyone. Bobby Hessling, Ryan Pickell.
Again, like we said before, Montini is searching for their first win of the season, yet this will not count towards their record because this is a tournament.
This will count towards their record. I don't know what you're talking about.
It will?
Yes.
I didn't think tournaments counted towards records.
I know who she is. Where's Slow Shot? Slow Shot.
I didn't know that tournament games counted towards records. What? I didn't know tournament games counted towards records.
All right, we are live, and our starting five for tonight for York will look like this. Point guard for York, Nate Shockey. The shooting guard will be Jacob Brandolino. Starting at small forward, Jeffrey Grace. Jeffrey Grace the third. Starting at power forward, Nick Hesh. And starting at center, number 50, Tim Glavin.
We are actually missing one of our players today, Lex Harrison.
He's unavailable for the moment. And here we go, tip-off. We'll get underway. Glavin to jump for York.
Let's get this matchup over.
Nate Shockey to start with the ball for York.
Pass to Jeffrey Grace. To Jacob Brandolino.
Yes, sir. Shockey for three.
Jumping for joy, Nate Shockey.
Montini answers right back with a three. Shockey dribbling down the court, Jacob Brandolino.
Right back to Jeffrey, right back to Jacob.
And a failed lob attempt. And is going to stay with York.
Brandolino with the inbound to Shockey. To Tim. Tim passes to Jeffrey to Jacob. Back to Shockey. Right back to Jeffrey.
Shockey's wearing some teal shoes tonight, not the typical white ones that all the York players wear. And Montini, that's called a carry, and will stick with York.
Inbound to Shockey from Brandolino. Right back to Brandolino. To Hash.
Nick Hash is a key player to watch for York. He's fantastic in the post. Same with Denton Rohde. He starts off on the bench. Shockey. And Nick Hash finishes.
That 6'5" body can jump high. Made one of the Montini players smack the backboard. Miss.
I think she could have reached out and gotten a steal there.
Good by number 3, Antoine Harris. Back to a tie game.
Hesh in the paint, kicks out Jeffrey, and traveling is the call.
By Jeffrey Graves. Sitting like this.
Hessling, Shockey with the steal, drives, finishing.
Good for 2. Nice drive. Back in the lead with 2 points.
Tim with the steal.
To Jeffrey.
York, they run with offense and great defense. Brandolino in the corner, kicks out Jeff.
This is a different kind of offense I'm seeing today. Very aggressive.
York has implemented some new offenses for one, which was Lombard West and the Bennett game, and Willowbrook, who was a very physical team when we played them. And they've worked with that. They will work with that through Montini, and they'll work with that throughout the entire Tosh tournament.
They're looking to win, just like every other team in the tournament. They have a good chance of winning, too.
Last year's champions. And you look at the board, there's a lot of teams that can go back-to-back and a foul called.
Foul by number 22.
Jacob Brandolino. Nice look, doesn't finish. Hesh.
Brandolino with the ball to Hash. Out to Jeffrey. Back to Brandolino with the 3. And it's good.
High 3, and he nails it.
Commanding 5-point lead. A no-look pass by number 3.
It's Andrew Strokes. Denton Rohde's going to check in for the first time today.
Almost one too many moves there.
Tim with his second steal. Great job by Tim Glavin. He's a fantastic all-around player.
Not the best offensive player, but definitely the best, one of the good defensive players on this roster.
I mean, you put him in the post, and he can do well.
And once in a while, he'll even make a 3.
We saw that versus Bennett. Jeffrey kicks out Shockey for 3. Yes, sir! Shockey now has 8 on the ball game.
5 minutes in, and he already has 8. Actually, 4.5.
Montini pulls a 3. This one is going to roll in.
By number 24, Jeremy Moore.
Jeffrey starts off with the ball at half court, looks to Brandolino.
Back to Jeffrey.
Shockey corner three, off the mark. Jeffrey does not grab that rebound, he just swats it. Has to look back around. Stokes kick out. Deep three, off the mark. This one grabbed by Shockey on the board. And that one almost, was he trying to hit the camera person?
That was a very, I think it actually hit the camera person.
Hopefully he's okay.
He seems to be fine. Getting out the bigger camera, actually.
You can't really see that on the monitor. We can from where we are sitting at the top of your screen. York already double teaming. This ball goes out of bounds and lands straight on the table.
Hesh thought it was his fault, but
inbounding is Jamari Moore. And he'll give it to Stokes of Montini.
Guarded by number 10, Nate Shockey.
Three from the elbow, he hits.
Number 4, AJ Ashley.
And Montini brings it within 2.
Montini actually has been looking equally matched to the York staff so far, as that one by Shockey is no good.
Hesh with an offensive board. And Shockey puts it back up.
10 points early in the first half.
That's a good start, matching his number. Montini from 3. They are firing on all cylinders from the three-point range.
Shockey has 10 of 15 points.
They got to look down low with Denton Rohde. Denton Rohde and Nick Hesh. They got to use that size to an advantage.
Jeffrey drives in.
Finishing and one. He will go to the line and shoot one.
Jeffrey is pretty good at the line.
He's great from the line, but you put him outside the perimeter. He's not very good at 3, but he's looking to improve that this season as Luke Malaga checks in for the first time today. And out goes Jacob Brandolino. Minute 21 left in the first quarter.
No good by Jeffrey. Montini takes over, swatted by Jeffrey, picked up by Luke Malaga. Pitched out to Jeffrey. Out to Shockey, back to Jeffrey. Back to Malaga, back to Jeffrey.
They had Shockey open. They still do. Look at Hesh down low.
Oh, I thought he was going to pull up for 3. Drives in.
Back he drives. He's fouled. Can't get it to fall. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Number 24 on Montini, Jeremy Moore, is a little shaken up on that.
Shockey's first shot is good. He has 11. Shockey's second shot is good, and that's 12 on the game.
Brandolino is back in for Shockey. Foul by number 11, Luke Malaga. Montini still has the ball.
A push. That one's also called on Luke Malaga. It is. That's his second.
York already has 3 fouls in the game as long.
Montini as well. They both at 3. Inbounding Jalen McBride.
AJ jumped up high to get that one to save that.
Antoine Harris to Michael Kozetsky. Jeffrey tries to reach, he can't get it. Fakes and gets it in. And Montini brings it within 3 again.
Still have time with this drive. Jeffrey with the ball.
I want it in the hands of Brandolino, but...
Jeffrey with the bell.
So, through 1, 19-16. Shockey he has 12 in a terrific start, to say the least. This has been all around fantastic.
Montini has equally played York, even though they are only down by 3.
I mean, yeah, they made shots from the perimeter. They've dialed it up from long range at 3. But what they've done so far is, you could say phenomenal almost. But York, they have the bench depth. Montini, they've yet to win a game, and I'm sure if you're Montini in this timeout, you're saying, we're only down by 3 on the road versus a team who won this tournament last year. Let's try to go out and get it, and they'll try to do exactly that.
Still have no answer for Shockey, though.
12 points, and they haven't stopped him.
Dane is checking to make sure that we are okay, so...
Yeah, I'm not too sure what he's doing, but he's fine. Inbounding the ball will be Montini. Inbounding is number 4, Al Ashford.
Correction, he meant AJ Ashford, not Al.
Looking, tries. Can't finish, kicks out another 3. This one is airballed. Malaga, good save. Looks up to Nate.
Out to Brandolino, back to Shockey, to Malaga.
Denton Rhodey kicks out. Malaga, 3 ball.
No good.
Nope. Rhodey grabs the rebound.
Out to Malaga, drives in.
I wouldn't, if I'm Luke, you don't want to shoot again. Neck finish down low. Cannot.
If I was anybody at New York, I would get it to Shockey. He's on fire right now.
We're going to go in the post. Tries to finish. He can't. That's Hesh with the board. And Shockey will run right back down the floor. Hesh finishing. No! Rhodey's going to grab the miss.
Puts it up. No good.
He can't even finish that one. You got to grab that offensive rebound, though. And a push. This one is called. Will it be Jacob Brandolino? It is Jacob Brandolino who's called on the foul.
Jeffrey checks in.
Jeffrey, you need him for that defensive aspect of things.
Brandolino checks out.
Brando with already 2 quick fouls.
Speaking of quick, Jeffrey is pretty quick on the ball, too.
Yes, he is. Antoine Harris passes cross crease to Nielsen. That 3 was in and then out, and a push is called. This one is on number 1, Michael Kozeski. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his last name correct.
Malaga will inbound it to Shockey.
Shockey to Malaga.
Back to Jeffrey.
And another turnover for York. This one down in the court. Looking, finishing. Hesh slabs the board, doesn't do anything. We're kind of in a, felt like scoring drought. Montini brings it within 1. again. Malaga dribbles himself into the corner.
Shockey to Malaga, back to Jeffrey. Back to Malaga. Back to Jeffrey. Jeffrey drives in.
Jeffrey
pass.
Passed it to himself, it looked like.
I think he was trying to get that to Denton. Successfully gets it to Denton.
Ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to Montini.
Shockey gets punched that one out of bounds.
A.J. Ashford to inbound.
To Jeremy Moore.
And a timeout is called by Coach Jordan. Probably have some words to say to this York team. I mean, you're only up by 1 against a winless Montini team, and he was stressing about this in practice, saying that they got to win this game if they want to reach.
York definitely has a great crowd here tonight.
Especially for the day after Christmas. As I just look back for the first time, yeah, very solid crowd. Inbounding is Ashford, and he will give it to Antoine Harris. Nice pass, three-pointer.
Off the mark.
Nope. Shockey with the board.
Shockey drives to Malaga.
Doesn't do it himself, and Malaga just dribbles out.
Back to Shockey.
Shockey drives, swatted away. Jeffrey grabs the miss.
By number 24, Jeremy Moore.
He just walked right back in there. Shockey for three. Off the mark. Hesh tries to grab the board. He can, but he ends up turning it over. Back in transition, running down. Tries to get fancy with it, and be a jump ball, and the ball will stick with York.
Jeffrey is a very aggressive player. Almost stripped the ball straight from the Montini player's hands.
Shockey will inbound to Jeffrey.
Tim Levin just checked in for Denton.
This is a York team coming off a very solid win versus Willowbrook. A lot of players had a solid amount of points. Luke Malaga has 8. He hasn't seemed to replicate that at all. Jeffrey had 8. Denton Rohde, he also had 8. And Shockey had, I believe, 26.
That's a big number.
Yes, that is a big number when it comes to points in high school basketball. Three-pointer. Short. Jeffrey grabs the miss. Sprints down the court. Shockey drives. You'd think a foul would have been called, but Tim Glavin missed that. And a foul is called on number 12 of Montini, Garrick Nielsen. It's his first, team's 5th. Malaga checks out. Brandolino checks back in. So the starting 5 for York is in. Now we should mention Milo Man. He is returned from a toe injury that he received. Hesh misses the lob. They try to go back. He ends up getting the steal.
It's good to have Milo back in the lineup. He is a key player to this roster.
Shockey for 3. Yes, sir. He hits.
I'm not sure on that last drive what York was thinking with that alley-oop. It was not the wisest decision.
It's an offensive play. They haven't been able to use it yet out of all the games that I've seen.
They've already tried it once and it did not go as planned.
Shockey drives in, is fouled. Can't finish, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Hoping to increase the lead to 6.
That's Nielsen's second foul of the game. Shockey at the line, shooting 2. First one rolls in. Shockey misses the second one. York's lead is only 5. Driving, stripped away. Jeff, and a block is called. That one is on Michael Kozeski. I really don't know how to say that guy's name.
Jeffrey goes to the line, hoping to increase the lead to 7 points.
Jeffrey sinks the first one. He has 3 points. Misses that one. York's lead will be 6. And Michael goes all the way down the court. He goes coast to coast on the finish. And then number 25, Andrew Stokes, just tripped it mid-court.
Tim with the ball.
Tim underneath. Traveling is called. And another turnover. Now York is in the bonus. They have to kind of take advantage of that. You'd think if you're Glavin, just go up with it and hope for the best. Try to draw a foul, even make it. That one thrown out of bounds. That actually hit our camera. It is okay, however. Saw that rattle back on the screen. It's all good, though. Here's the Hessling again. I mean, not really a dunk, but we'll take it. York's lead is 6. Brandolino with the steal. Looks up. Jeffrey Grace. Finishing. Timeout called Montini with 2 minutes left here in the first half. And that's Jeffrey Grace, who has picked up his 5th point of this ball game. And just a all-around terrific game. So far, York tries to extend this lead. Both teams with 4 timeouts. York is in the bonus. York has 4 team fouls. Montini with 7 team fouls.
At this point in the game, I would have thought number 23 York would have more than 8 points on Montini, but they've certainly kept stood their ground against a strong York offense.
Yeah, Montini is proving some fight in this one. No doubt about that. And I mean, York, they're going to win with defense. They want to incorporate that defense. And that's going to start now. It's probably what Coach Dorn drew up in the timeout he called and the timeout that Montini just called. Head coach for Montini is Bob Lozano. Head coach of the York Dukes, Vince Dorn.
25, Andrew Strokes checks the ball in to number 2, Jonathan Ernest. Sorry, number 3, Antoine Harris.
Hessling Out of bounds. Last was touched by Nick Hesh. York thinks it was. York doesn't like the call. Now we can see this on replay.
Go, Jeff.
Jeff looks. Nice finish. Jeff was 7.
Made AJ Ashford jump for joy. Big Jeffrey with the steal.
Jeffrey, another takeaway. Looks, drives. No, can't finish.
Near finish, no.
Now our point of view is kind of hard to tell on that last call on the out-of-bounds play. This one, high pass. Hesh guarding Ashford.
So high in the air for that one.
A minute 15 left. Ashford, that's a deep 3. He did nothing but backboard.
Antoine Harris with that one.
Final 50 seconds of the half. Brandolino to Jeffrey. I feel like if York wants to have a final shot, you want it to have it in the hands of Nate Shockey. He grabs it. He caught it and just jumped straight back up. This one goes out of bounds. And it's going to be York ball with 27 seconds to go.
York actually has taken a commanding lead with 12 points. Still enough time to drive the ball down the court and score more. Certainly can't get comfortable with a 12-point lead.
Shockey will hold this for the time being. Look, another nice finish, Nick Hesh. And that will do it for the first half, 34-20. Now we do have some good news. Our copyright strike that happened for the second game, between DGS and Schaumburg, that has been fixed thanks to our AV man, who is Jack Borchers, who is sadly not here. He has the flu, so we wish him a speedy recovery. So at the half, 34-20. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the start of the second half. York is up 34-20. As we start, Shockey, 18 points. A fantastic performance from York so far.
More points. Even though they're up by 14, you can't get too comfortable with that. Montini, even though they're only down by 14, still could come back, make it close.
Yeah, Coach Jordan's biggest emphasis throughout this entire season is we have number 24 more inbounding the pass. Vince Dorn makes it very clear throughout the entire season. Never be satisfied. Just keep on moving day in and day out. And by this, they'll do it quarter by quarter. 3. No. Jeffrey Grace grabs it. Hesh falls down. Shockey on the other end. And that goes throughout Glavin's hands. And that is out of bounds. Montini takes over.
Ashford will check it in to Jeremy Moore. Actually, to Andrew Strokes.
Okay, up and under through Hesh. And York is now only up by 12.
Antoine Harris with the shot. Maneuvered through a couple of the York guys.
He's going through this height, and He has 6, and it seems like he has a lot more. As look, Glavin finishing down below.
He gets his first 2 points.
Glavin yet to have a foul. That's something good you look forward to. As I said, that he almost picked up a foul right there, but he doesn't. Montini finishes.
Jeffrey brings it up court.
Jeffrey is a small forward, is what he's listed as on the starting 5. But he is a primarily point guard along with Nate Shockey. Shockey plays more of a shooting guard type position.
Foul on number 3, Antoine Harris. Jeffrey will go to the line, hoping
Sink both.
to make it a 14-point game.
Nope. Misses the first one.
Hoping to make it second.
This one, he missed both.
I don't know the crazy guy in the stand that is making that noise.
That was from the Montini student section, actually.
Sounded like a chicken.
Yeah, kind of did. This pass deflected by Brandolino. Stokes carries the ball and is going with York.
Brandolino inbounds it to Jeffrey. To Hesh. Back to Shockey. Hesh sets the pick.
Corner, Brandolino for 3. Hit the rim twice. Jeffrey with it, a rebound. Nate, that's a deep 3. Nope, off the mark.
Picked up by number 15, Jalen McBride.
Finishing and 1, so this game is tied again, or not tied, is within 10.
2 points by Jeremy Moore, now has 5.
Now this was before the Willowbrook game. Coach Dorn told the team in the walkthrough, I will buy you pizza if you get, I believe it was 13 rebounds. They came short. Today it feels like they have basically 10 rebounds to say the least. You think so?
I think so.
Offensive rebounds, that is, because they've been killing in that. Sadly, they did not get the 13 offensive rebounds, so he didn't buy him pizza after the game.
I'm sure the whole team was looking forward to that pizza. And now since you said that, I want pizza.
Well, he did say, I feel like food motivates you guys, so he wasn't wrong. Willowbrook is a very physical team. Very good team as well, to say the least.
Montini looks pretty good, the same.
Montini does remind me a lot of traveling, called a lot of like Willowbrook. They'll try to keep you close within the game, but I feel like it's such a fast-paced team that these guys are going to get tired. And they rely a lot on the three-point shot. Same with Willowbrook. Not always the greatest decision.
Don't know what
Jacob Brandolino just flat out put a guy on the ground.
I think Jacob is quite confused. He mixed 2 sports, like football and basketball.
It seems that way. Denton looking. Nick.
Out to Shockey. Shockey drives. Puts it up. No good.
That would have been a nice finish. They just get another offensive rebound. They
Jeffrey
did.
drives the ball.
And a timeout is called by Coach Dorn so they can keep the ball.
Jeffrey looks a little bit shaken up on that.
Slow to get up. He should be okay. But yeah, that Jacob Brandolino play, just kind of flat out truck the guy on the ground, and you really don't know what's happening. I want to see if we can look at that one more time. I think he actually fell into the guy from our replay.
I don't think anyone should straight up tackle somebody in the game of basketball.
He did look like he flat out pushed him onto the ground. But I mean, what are you gonna really do? We welcome everyone who is watching York Dukes basketball on YSN. our first full day of Jack Tosh basketball.
Looking forward to a good day 2 also.
We have a full day 2 and game day 3. Day 4 we'll have 4 games, and day 5 will be 3 games, but those are the best of the best. So stay out for that. Brandolino in the corner.
Hoping to see York in one of those games.
Well, not the Constellation Championship, but and a technical foul. We have a fight breaking out verbally. That is Stokes, and I don't know if he's gonna. We're gonna see what's called on. The students love it.
I don't know who that was directed to.
It was Shockey and Stokes who were in the argument. We'll see what happens.
I thought that might have been directed towards Hesh, because he looked like he was in the middle of it too. As long
I
as
think Nick Hesh was trying to break it up.
Denton looked also, he was in it too.
Technical foul is on, I believe it was Shockey and Stokes. Stokes is third. Jeff Grace picks up a foul.
Hopefully everything is cooled off. Get back to the game of basketball.
We're going to see what kind of started that on our replay. Sadly, we have not learned the replay method yet. We'll try to figure that out. And it did look like, yeah, Jeffrey and Stokes did start the kind of pushing and shoving. Shockey also got into a shoving match. And I think that was also between Stokes, so there was a whole lot of pushing and shoving going around.
They're trying to sort out the incident right now.
Shockey will go sit on the bench after that incident as he'll go cool down. Stokes will stay out on the floor with 3 fouls.
Denton passed the ball to Jeffrey. Back to Malaga. Back to Jeffrey. Out to Brandolino. To Hesh. Inside to Denton.
Oh my goodness, what a block.
Swatted. That block was on by number 24, Jeremy Moore on Denton.
It's a very physical Montini team. We've seen that.
I've never seen this game get heated before.
And traveling is called.
Shockey checks in for Malaga.
Yeah, Shockey just needed that cool down. Now we did mention earlier what is the factor of coming off playing on the day after Christmas. Shot counts and 1. The foul, I believe, is on Denton Rohde.
Number 15, Jalen McBride for the 2. Hopefully to get 3 out of this.
What do you mean, hopefully?
And that's good for 3.
Game within 4. York only 2 points so far in the second half. Montini with 12.
Like I said before, they're back in the game.
Denton finishes, and he racks up his first points
Back
of the
to
game.
a 6-point game. This is going to have a great finish to it. I feel it.
And I think that was punched by Jeffrey, and it's going to go with York.
Brandolino's going to check it in to Shockey.
This one saved by Grace after the tip. Hesh.
Shockey, Brandolino for 3. No good.
Brandolino has a very high jump shot.
High arc to his ball.
Yes, that's what I meant. That three-pointer is off the mark, hit the back of the rim.
A.J. Ashford for that one. Shockey
Grace
for
to
3.
Shockey.
No good. Antoine Harris with the pickup. Drives down court.
That's
No good.
a great job by Jeffrey Grace on defense.
That is Jeffrey Grace.
This one swatted out. And will stick
With York.
with York.
Out by number 24, Jeremy Moore. Brandolino.
Foul is called. That's on number 24.
Jeremy Moore.
It's Jamari Moore. Hesh missed the shot. Oh, I thought that was going back in. Back down the other way. What an acrobatic finish.
By Jamari Moore.
The Montini student section loves it.
Montini refuses to give up. That's why they keep staying in this game.
A foul called. Number 15, Jalen McBride. His first, Jacob Brandolino will inbound. Nate has had a rough second half. Now with a single point, Jeffrey will start off with the ball. Shockey for 3. Yes!
He now has 21 points in the game.
He's going for 30. He was looking at Kozeski in the eye. That's a nice jump shot for 2.
By Jamari Moore. 10 points for him. Jeffrey drives. And a push. I believe that's on number 3. It is. Number 3, Antoine Harris. He has 3 fouls. 17 fouls for all of them. Jeffrey to the line. Hoping to make it. Again with the chicken noises. I don't know where that is coming from.
I'm not sure if that's a chicken.
I don't think they let chickens in the school. But
no, they probably shouldn't. Okay, now there's a drum. Doesn't matter. Jeffrey Grace hits both. So you should probably make the drum and chicken sounds while he's at the line.
It just boosts.
Oh my! Oh, that's scary. That was a scary incident. He is hobbled.
Jalen McBride is slow to get up.
Stepped on the ball and rolled on the ball. That is.
Good thing I didn't see that one.
I don't think anything bent the wrong way. Jacob Brandolino down the floor and finish it.
9-point lead now. 45-36 with a minute left in the third quarter.
Timeout. Here you can see the replay of how he steps on the ball. He just kind of slips. It's like he's on ice. Scary incident as long as he's okay. That was number 15, Jalen McBride, who was slow to get up. York has a 9-point lead. Here with 59 seconds left here in the third quarter. And York with the lead. 21 for Shockey. Jeffrey Grace with 9. He's had a all-around terrific game. He executes well on the defensive side of things too, and that's
basically his game. That's what York needs. Don't know quite what happened there.
Inbounding is Brandolino to Shockey.
dribbling his way up.
I feel like every game I see, fouls called. I always feel like York ends a quarter or the half with the ball. I don't know why. It always just seems that way.
I haven't actually noticed that.
I have. I feel like I've always noticed that. Maybe at the end, maybe not at the end of the games, but as from that, Jeffrey at the line.
As you can see, the chicken noises have stopped. But I believe that the drums are still here.
The drum is still here, yes. And the drum is just some
Shocky out.
Montini players banging on the bleachers. Let's see if we hear the chicken noises.
Oh, they're back. There seems to be more chickens in the school.
There's an entire chicken family to say. I don't know if this counts as mocking their student section, but we try our best not to. Just say what we hear. Montini hasn't relied on the three-pointer that much.
As much as they used to.
No.
Jeffrey,
Tip pass by Jeffrey.
almost stolen.
Stokes to the corner. Pull-up jumper, missed it. Denton Rohde with the board.
4 seconds. Luke Malaga just got tripped
I
up.
think he was fouled. That's what they do.
1.1 seconds. What do you think's going to happen here? Are they just going to hold the ball and hope for the time to run out, or are they going to try to make a shot?
Well, you're going to try to make a shot, but, Montini has the ball. I think it was a travel called, so let's see what they do. Jeffrey probably with great defense. I don't know what number 3 was trying to do, but he could not dunk the ball. So after 3 quarters, it is a 10-point York lead. Shockey with 21. Jeffrey Grace has 11 on the night. Nick Hesh has 6 on the night. Denton Rohde only with 2. And a 47-36 lead. Both teams 3 timeouts. York is in the bonus with 8 fouls on Montini.
Still a close game. 8 minutes left to play.
A friendly reminder of tomorrow's games that we will see.
Looking forward to game 1 at 9 o'clock.
That will be Solorio versus Downers Grove South.
That should be a great game. Solorio had played some good offense today. Did stay out of the foul column.
Now, the loser of that is most likely done, but the winner will move on to the consolation bracket, trying to win the consolation championship. We'll have updates of the winners' games when that happens for the afternoon games. The first winners' game of the day will be Highland Park and Schaumburg. Kind of froze there for a second.
I'm surprised you even know that.
I remember.
I only remember the first game for tomorrow. As we start the fourth quarter, my
Look,
bad.
Nick Hesh again finishing. York continues to extend this lead.
He has 8 points.
He's a difference maker on this team.
At
Not only in the
6'5".
paint, but also around the perimeter. He's a three-point shooter, and I feel like he's scored all of his points in the paint.
It's not talked about all too often because we have Nate Shockey.
Nate Shockey and Jeffrey Grace are the key names on this team, especially Nate Shockey, who's a terrific scorer. That ball just flew up, and I just heard someone scream, "Push him." Oh, we heard it again.
Is he saying push up or push him?
I was hearing "push him." I don't know why you would be doing push-ups in the middle of a basketball game.
I don't know why people would be tackling people in basketball games either, but we saw that.
That was Jacob Braden-Leo. Tim Glavin with the finish. We did see a lot of pushing and shoving earlier, so there's been a lot of physicality.
I thought there was going to be an all-out brawl when that happened.
Well, if we had that, we got that on camera. I don't know what happens in the result of that.
Ejections, probably.
Yeah, probably. Shockey picks up his third.
Andrew Stokes to the line.
Shooting 2. That's the first one.
Montini is almost in the bonus.
Now, I do think the chicken is on the Montini side because we haven't heard it for when Stokes is shooting.
That is true. That is a good observation.
He knocks down both. Hesh at the perimeter.
To Jeffrey. To Shockey. Down low. Puts it up. No good.
Now, see, the odd thing is we had Tim Glavin out around the perimeter. Usually you want to have Shockey around the perimeter and Glavin in the paint.
Since I've only seen Tim with 1 3-pointer.
He's not a primary three-point shooter, believe me.
At his size, his height.
Tim Glavin is a multi-sport athlete. He also plays football. He's an offensive lineman.
And is very smart in the classroom also.
Very true. An 11-point game. Shockey kicks out to Grace. Grace.
I thought Jeffrey was going to go for 3 there.
Shockey drives, can't finish. Hesh with the board. And he got hit by his own teammate. I think they wanted a travel. Grace drives and finishes.
Jeffrey now has 13 points. That's the most I've seen him.
And a foul. That's Shockey's 4th, so he might sit for a while. Shockey's done a great job this season staying out of foul trouble. But he will sub out for Luke Malaga.
He's in danger of getting out of this game. But he'll just be subbed out for Malaga.
Corner 3.
Completely
Air ball. Fans behind us react. Luke Malaga at point. Brings it up. Hesh. Jeffrey drives, blocked, and stays with York.
.53-40 with 4:50 left in the game. Malaga up, no good.
Malaga yet without a point. He does have 2 fouls. He's missed a few shots.
Missed a couple of chances, yes. Nick Hesh just got dribbled straight by number 4, A.J. Ashford.
Stokes has 7.
Tim is outside again.
Tim at the perimeter, gives it to Brandolino. Gives it to Hesh.
Back to Malaga. To Brandolino. Dribbles through. Fouled.
Tried for the and 1. A friendly reminder for everyone who is watching the all Jack Tosh games. You can get live coverage and what time games start, when the streams start, and who's announcing those games on York_Network on Twitter. The Twitter page for York Sports Network.
I think the chickens have stopped.
I heard a drum. Brandolino missed his first free throw.
Do the chickens follow?
We're going to see.
Yep, they do follow.
Something about the student section is...
I actually heard it from behind us.
Well, I hear warm the buses from the students behind us. Drives. Finishes. This game is within 10.
Antoine Harris with the 2-pointer.
He has 10. Malaga. Shockey is back in the game, so brace sits. And charge. No, not charge, something. Brandolino picks up his third. I don't know what that call was. I don't know if I agreed with it 100%.
I'm not even quite sure myself what happened.
Kicks out. Top of the key guarded by Malaga. Three. Air balls everything.
Tried to get his own rebound.
He falls into the crowd.
54-44, 3 minutes left in the game. Both teams have had exceptional offensive days.
Brandolino finishes as York is trying to make a push towards 60. We've seen York score 50 a few times this year. They did it versus Glenbard West, Willowbrook LT. Here we go, Shockey down the floor. Throws down.
That was amazing.
He has to do it eventually, and he does it on the home court on day one of the Jack Tosh. Nate
Better time
Shockey.
than ever.
3 missed it.
He had a 23 Michael Jordan number.
You gonna compare him to Michael Jordan? Is that Shockey's the next Michael Jordan? Is that what we're getting from this? Jeffrey to Glavin. 2 minutes left. Ball is with Montini.
Nate Shockey went Air Jordan on that.
Yes, he did. See if I can get a replay of that. That was a nice dunk.
One hand
by
slam.
Shockey. Their student section is.
I actually didn't know he could dunk.
I've seen it happen before. A push off. It's gonna be a charge, and that's the right call. A little push off from, I believe that was Stokes, and that's his 4th personal. And look at that, Milo Man is gonna check in for the game for the first time after recovering from a toe sprain that he received December 6th versus LT. We saw that in our first stream of the year.
So he's senior. He seems to be doing okay.
I don't think he's touched the ball once, but oh, there he is.
Well, he's been running around.
Passes over to Brandolino. Brandolino's trying to work. Brody kicks out Milo. Brandolino. And 1 minute left. Milo to Shockey, and their coach is frustrated. And a foul. This one is called on number 3. He is done.
Antoine Harris.
He is done for the night with 10 points. And we are going to see Tyler Olson, Dan Wagner, and Gavin Hendren all check in for the first time today. Milo Man is at the line. He will shoot 2. Shockey has 23. He is done.
As we wind down this game, what do you think the key factors
The key factor was Nate Shockey. There's no doubt about it. Can't tell me I'm wrong. See if Montini tries to do anything here. I think they'll start putting in some of their reserve players. That threw off the mark.
Even though he had a lot of points today, everyone also contributed too.
Yeah, Jeffrey Grace had 13. 3 off the mark. Sean Maher checked in.
Take it, Hendren.
And that will do it. Foul is called.
Let's see if they can break 60.
I'm sure people would like to see that.
Tyler Olsen goes to the line, hoping to get his first point of the day.
Milo does have a point. So good for him. He subs out, and in comes Luke Rosenstein. So on the floor is Gavin Hendren, Luke Rosenstein, Tyler Olsen, Dan Wagner, and Sean Maher.
And there it is. 60 points.
Tyler with his first points, and I believe that's his first points on the season.
First
He goes
2
2 for 2 from the line. And that will do it. York, Gavin is hacking him. Wagner grabs the board. And that will do it. York wins 61-44 as they win the first game with Jack Tosh.
This game started off very close, but it ended up.
It ended far apart.
Almost a 20-point difference.
It was definitely a fantastic game. For our entire crew, I'm Bobby Hessling. He's Ryan Pickell. For our entire crew, we'd like to thank you for watching YSN and York High School live streams on YouTube, York Sports Network. That'll do it for this one. We will see you tomorrow. First game starts at 9 a.m. between Solorio and Downers Grove South.